Gang James, we in the streets. We in these work streets. About to be in these draft streets later. So I figured let me go. I wanted to go live right quick, maybe 5, 10 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. Just see what's gonna happen in day two. Cowboys got the second round, third round, nor fourth rounder because of the Jonathan Mingo trade. What's up with you, big dog? T Smooth TV. I hope they can get back in that fourth, just like they did last year, because they need a fourth round pick. Like I said, that's going to be like 75, 73 to 75 picks. You're going to miss out. You're going to miss a lot of players. So hopefully they can get back in that fourth. Shout out to everybody. Sin City, Darnell, Calvin was good with y'all. Um, you know, if you watched the show yesterday, how you feeling about Tyler Booker? Just rehashing it. I don't feel bad about Tyler Booker at all. Of course, you wanted the weapon, but I didn't want to reach for Matthew Golden. Just felt reachy in my spirit. I'd rather get a big body guy, and I didn't want Booker at 12. I could have wanted him later, but you can never, in my opinion, you never go wrong with trenches. And I feel like now the Cowboys may have a new big three. Their big three before was Travis Frederick, Zach Morton, and Tyron Smith. I feel like the new big three is going to be Tyler Smith, Tyler Booker, and Cooper Beebe. That's your new big three. And I think they're going to be some dogs. I really do. I think them three are going to be cornerstone guys like those three prior. I don't know if they're going to have Hall of Fame careers, but I feel like them three, because you got all them guys is about good 330. You need some of that beef up front and be able to maul people. And so I'm cool. But now let's talk about round two. Shout out to everybody. I ain't even tripping at how he's picked because honestly, a lot of people were taking the Tyler Booker around 17, 16, 17, 18. They were looking, that one kid that they were talking, Zabel or whatever, he went like what, 17th, 18th, one of them. So Booker wouldn't have fell that much farther, maybe 6 spots. He would have been picked up. He was the one of the best guards, if not the best guard in the draft. So I ain't mad at that. You got a big mauler. I ain't mad at a mauler. I'm cool with that. So, yes, we are definitely in these streets. So now we're talking about round two, 44th pick, round three. What's going to happen? Like I said, I hope they can get back and get a fourth round pick. That's going to be huge to me. What's up, D Block? What's up with you? Do they go after the receiver? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people have been talking about Luther Burden in the street. Me personally, Luther Burden going to be gone by 44. I don't even know if they would take him, but I feel like Luther Burden going to be gone. Honestly, he may be, if Cleveland don't take Sanders, he could be gone in those first, that's 11 picks. I feel like Burden's going to be gone. What I'm looking at now is defensive tackle going to get addressed in second or third round? Is running back, because you just heard Stephen Jones saying they don't need to get a running back. We don't need to get a running back. Yeah, you do. You need to get a running back. Like I said, that's why I don't even listen to Stephen. But he's one of the guys back there. But you need a running back. Is there going to be a run on running backs before Dallas? The Bears picked twice, I believe. The Jags, Browns, Pats. All them teams need running backs. Jags need a back. Browns definitely need a back. Bears need a back. Pats need a back. So I wonder who is going to fall right there. I don't know if a Travion Henderson makes it to Dallas. I think a Judkins can. I said on my show, or I made a tweet last night, because they got power football, does that change the plans on the running back they draft? I put that in the air on Twitter yesterday. And now a Judkins, more of a powerful type back, the Martinez, more of those backs, can they be drafted because of the power you have that you're going with your offensive line now? We're going to see. Like I said, I'm not going to get a receiver, in my opinion, just to get a receiver. He got to be a quality receiver because, as they said before, you got to go from their eyes. I ain't going from my eyes. I'm going from their eyes. And Stephen Jones already said he likes that receiver room. He iterated it again today that they really want to develop that number two. That tells me they spent that fourth round pick on Trey Lance, right? They drafted Matt Willetsko. They will hold on to it so they don't be wrong. So when they picked up and traded for Jonathan Mingo with that fourth pick, he is going to get every opportunity to be the number two. Just my opinion. And when they got him and he's only 22, 23 years old, in their head, they're thinking, we just got another young draft pick and we got him for the fourth round. And he was a first rounder. That's what they're thinking. And they're really going to push that Mingo thing. That's why I wasn't tripping. I'd love to get a receiver, but I knew once Stephen Jones said about a month prior that we liked our receiver room, that's when I was like, I ain't even thinking about that receiver unless. Now, I know Ted McMillan was the guy. They were talking about trading with Carolina, and that's the reason why, because Carolina went and took him. And I feel like that's not the best fit. That's why I hate that he's over there, because I don't feel like him and Bryce Young are going to be that dog, that duo. So I hate that they couldn't get him. I know they could have got the kid from Texas, Golden, but I just felt like that was reachy. And I'm just going to see what's going to happen. I feel like Luther Burden's going to be going. I do love that Jaden Higgins, Jalen Royals is there, Jalen Noel, but I don't know if they go after him because of Mingo. Real talk. I feel like Mingo is going to be in the way of them trying to get a receiver, especially in round two, because they'll still be thinking like Mingo could be their number two. I just feel that. Also, I feel like cornerback can be in play. You got quite a few cornerbacks. What up, Warren Duncan, that are going to be available, and I think one of those guys might be available at 44. So I'm gonna say look at corner two. Will Johnson, Trey Amos, Siobhan Revell Jr., who actually visited, and they're high on. Well, a lot of people are high on him. Azare Thomas, Thomas's brother, that's already on the team. So I'm saying cornerback could really be in the play too, because Gilmore was in the building. Trevin Diggs is still on the men. You got Bland. You got Carson coming back. You traded for the kid, Elam, but he's still unproven. So, cornerback could be looked at too at 44. I done told y'all I feel like Alfred Collins will be drafted by the Cowboys. I feel like they met him at the combine. They brought him in on a visit. I think he has dropped in the draft. So he may be a target in second or third if they add a pick and pick up the fourth. I feel like he's going to be a guy that's going to be drafted by the Cowboys in those 3 rounds, in my opinion, if he's available. I think they will go after him. And then, like I said before, Travion Henderson, I think he's going to be gone before Dallas. Judkins, I think, is a reality. They also had Tootin in there from Virginia Tech, but I don't think they go for Tootin in no second round. The Tootin, the RJ Harveys, the Gordon, Martinez, Sampson, I think those are around the third. I think those guys are going to get hit in the third, so maybe they go that route. Maybe they attack defense. I don't really know what mind frame they're going with. I heard Shotty say that he wants being physicality on both sides of the ball up front. He started out with Booker. Maybe they go for that defensive tackle in this second round because of the physicality that they really want to bring. You still need to add to that defensive tackle room. That defensive tackle room is not good to me. You need to add to it. I'm cool. I like Scatterboo, but I don't want him early, bro. Bro's running like a 4.7. I know he a physical runner, but I wouldn't touch no Scatterboo until a 4th or 5th round. That's just me. I love the physicality, but I need a little more speed than that. He running too slow. Yeah, they better not reach, but they need a defensive tackle, dog. They need to help this defensive tackle room. It's lacking. Mozzie, Dixon, and Rogers, that ain't nothing to be screaming about. And I'm not on no Mozzie Smith. I'm sorry. I don't believe in him. I hope he can step up and play, but I don't believe in Mozzie Smith. I feel like he's a rotational player. Common Sense Lab was good. You know what I mean? They need to come back and get that fourth round pick. That's to me. I would love to see them address the receiver, but I feel like they're real comfortable with receivers, so they ain't gonna trip. I think they do get this running back in these three if they can get back in this fourth. I think they do get this running back. That's gonna be critical. But don't be surprised if they have a surprise pick at 44. Like I said, I think a cornerback can go for Dallas in this 44th pick as well. Um, Judkins feels like a reality to me. Not saying it will happen, but I think they like Judkins because he's a big physical back. I think that interview went real well. He come from Ohio State. This last year had a good career at Ole Miss. Um, I just feel like he could be a dude that the Cowboys may want to pick up. Keep your eye on him. Alfred Collins is a guy I feel like the Cowboys definitely will draft. Um, and keep your eye on them corners. You feel me? Corner could be a sneaky pick at 44. It could be, especially like if a Trey Amos or that Revel kid is available. They might jump at that. Just saying. So keep your eyes on that. In my opinion, I'm kind of backing off the receiver now. I hate that I'm doing it, but if a Luther, I just now that their target in McMillan is gone and they didn't go after Golden. Man, I'm sorry. If they didn't touch Golden, and I know they wanted to get physical, I don't know if they're like, oh, let's go get the receiver in the second round. They are pushing those. We knew they were going to do it. We talked about on the show. You saw Landlord and those guys get frustrated because we know the Cowboy way. Once they pick up some players, you can eliminate that. That's the Cowboys way. You know what I mean? But when I look at, so that's why I'm not getting hyped on receiver any longer. I'm not even thinking of talking about receiver. If it happens, it's cool. My focus is now, for real, y'all. Y'all should really focus because you can't think about how you want to draft. You got to be thinking how they want to draft because how you want to draft most likely ain't going to happen. You got to be in their mind, and that's what I try to do. And I just feel like receiver ain't a priority now. They were going after in the first round, getting McMillan. It didn't happen. You didn't hit Golden. Now let's go focus on that line and that front. So as I said before, a physical running back could happen. Although I don't mind a physical back, but I need a back with speed. We need some explosion back there on offense. I don't want no just prodding back. I want some explosion back there. I'm not so high on Judkins like a lot of other people. I saw him at Ohio State. I'm down the street. He was great with Dual, but I feel like he really needs great offensive line for him to be good. You get what I'm saying? And yes, they do. They are trying to build that, but I need some more explosion for me, in my opinion. I need somebody that can really bust it through that hole and get where he needs to go. But I get it if you go physical. But as I said before, um, yeah, I mean, when we first did burgers and blitzes probably about a month ago, I didn't want Golden at 12. I was like, no, 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 he's too little. I don't want that. Then I said, we need that speed. Let's think about it. Let me take it. And but something in my spirit was just not ringing with Golden at 12. I don't know what that was, but it just wasn't ringing and it wouldn't go away. So as I said before, this second and third round, if they stay where they're at and they don't add a don't add a pick, no Isaiah Bond. No, he wouldn't be drafted until like sixth or seventh round if he's still available. Too many red flags, too much trouble. Stay away from that. Yeah, they definitely could grab it back. Like I said, Judkins to me is more in play than Henderson because I feel like Henderson, there's like four teams, like I said, Bears, Jags, Browns, Pats, that need some running backs. And I feel like they're going to take Henderson because he's explosive. So I don't feel like he makes it 11 picks to Dallas. I feel like Judkins is the way that could fall to them, and I feel like they would seriously ponder him. So that's why I'm keep on screaming Judkins. Caleb Johnson, he's in the mix, but I like the Ohio State players. I'm out here. I'm out here in OHIO. I'm out here in Columbus. I see it all the time. So, I just feel like you need to get some Ohio State players in this draft. But as I said before, not to beat y'all heads up, but I really feel like keep your eye on this cornerback position. I mean, if you got a running back in fifth and sixth round, it's not bad. But what type of back are you getting by that round? Because these backs are gonna go. Between the second and fourth round, these backs are gonna go. In my opinion, they're gonna go. There's going to be a run on these running backs, and I think it might start as early as that second round. If Shador Sanders doesn't get picked by the Browns and they pick like a Travion Henderson, I feel like that running backs is going to start. Yeah, I've been seeing Schlesinger at linebacker. I wouldn't do that. I know you got Jake, you got Jack, your boy from the Bears. I ain't saying the world beaters, and you just signed Murray. So I'm going to use that theory that they use with the receiver room, that you just picked up two linebackers in free agency, and you can use. You still got Damone Clark, you got Lua Fowler. You can play Micah back there. So I wouldn't do linebacker at 44. You know what I mean? That don't make sense to me. The positions that I would look at that I feel like they would do would be defensive tackle, cornerback, and running back. I don't think they're gonna touch a receiver now at 44, especially if I don't think they talk to Jaden Higgins like that. But if like a Luther Burden and those two guys were off, I maybe they do a surprise, but I don't see them hitting that receiver at 44, especially if Luther Burden is gone. I'm really looking at these cornerbacks right now. I think that Revel Jr. kid could be in the play in the second round, or Trey Amos, Will John. I think that cornerback really could be in play in the second round for Dallas. Running back, cornerback, defensive tackle. That's what I'm going with in my heart. I don't know if Burden will be the pick because I don't think Burden's going to last that long. I don't think Burden's going to last these 11 picks. I could be totally wrong. I don't know if he's got character issues or flags, but I don't know if Burden's going to be available. If he was, that would be awesome. He got a little chip on his shoulder, got a little hood in him. I like that. We need some of them type players. Need some animals up in there. So that's why I said I'm on Burden. I traded down and got Burden for it because he was falling out of the first round. But I feel like second round, top of the round, somebody scooping him for Dallas. Just me. The defensive tackles I like that Caldwell kid, but because he's so big. As I said, Alfred Collins. If we're talking early picks, that's the main one I'm looking at. I don't know if anybody has really got a grade that's going to be super high that's going to come in and do the job they do. And plus, like I said, they brought Alfred Collins in, and they've talked to him numerous times. So I feel like he's going to be the pick. And that's 6'6", 326 pounds. You know what I mean? So there's nothing you can do. You know, that's a great thing right there. You need something in that front, and that 6'6", 330, that's great size. Yeah, I seen that. I seen him and Vice talking about for Brees Hall. I love Brees Hall coming out the draft. Me and Boss Cowboys wanted Brees Hall when he came out. We said we'd do a surprise draft where we drafted him, even if you had backs. So I like Mike Green. But I don't feel like he drops 11 picks. Somebody on that edge is going to scoop him. I think the only reason why he may have dropped was because of the character concerns. But I would seriously consider a Mike Green at 44. Just me. I like him. But I don't think he'll be a pick. They ain't gonna pick no Mike Green. Not me. I don't think they'll pick Mike Green at a 44 if he's there. I just don't think that. Just y'all focus on them corners. Focus on them cornerbacks. I just feel like if one of those corners that I've just talked about, the only thing I say about Brees Hall is he still on his rookie deal? Because he's going to want money. You know what I mean? Yeah, because, like I said, Miles Sanders on the team, I don't think he's terrible. But you need an explosive guy. You need some juice back there in that backfield. You need some juice. So I hope, because Stephen Jones wasn't clapping, oh, we don't need a running back, really. I hope they don't do that because, like I said, it's really Stephen Jones that is really like that. He's just a crabby person. Like, bro, why you so crabby? Like, why you just a crabby person? Like, we don't really need a running back. Like, he is like holding this organization back to me because I feel like Jerry, if it was Jerry and Brian and Will McClay, they would work together and say, "Hey, we need to go ahead and do this. We need to go ahead and do this." It's the point that this goofy ass Stephen Jones is Jerry Jones' son. This dude is part owner, and he just like being divisive. It feels like he just like being the divisive one. He is holding the Cowboys back, in my opinion. I don't feel like it's Jerry, because I know Jerry will still take a chance, especially if he's got a coach he really like and that coach is wanting to do some things. I feel like Jerry will still take a chance. You know what I mean? Especially with both of them two as Libra gang, they both are going to connect and say, "Yeah, let's go in on this and let's do it." Whereas Steven, he just a goofy, bro. Like, he is the one that's holding this thing back because, oh, we might not need a running back. And, oh, we like our receiver room. It's him. I don't be hearing Jerry and Brian Schottenheimer or anybody else saying those things. It's always Steven. You know what I'm saying? Like, we going to really be sad when Jerry gone. I'm going to keep it real. I almost want to see Jerry get in a hyperbaric chamber and freeze his brain and keep it young and keep his body going, because I remember when I was like, man, Jerry just be tripping. But bro, Steven is the total worst. He's the total opposite. He can't even compare to Jerry. He can't even compare to his dad as far as running the team. Name one person that you've ever heard. Name one person. I would love Charlotte, but I don't know if she'd do it. Name one person that y'all have ever heard say Stephen Jones is that guy. Stephen Jones, I love Stephen Jones. I hear so many people say they love Jerry, whether it's player, personnel, people outside of it. He has that personality. Libra gang. Knows how to build relationships. Libra gang. Knows how to bring people in, put people together. That's why him and Brian Schottenheimer are so good together. What up, Boney? I'm in these streets. You get what I'm saying? That's why they were so good together. Stephen Jones is a cancer, a crab. I ain't hating on no cancers. So if you wouldn't, don't think I'm hating on you. I got people who are cancers, but y'all do be getting crabby, dog. Man, I'm trying to tell you, bro. I know y'all might be tripping on me like, bro, what the hell are you talking about? I don't look at the everyday thing, but the backgrounds of the people, bro. And when I see that brain energy going back and forth from Shotty to Jerry, that's that Libra, that's that brain energy. They always want to get more. Whereas Steven's like, oh, no, don't do that. Oh, let's not look at this. It's like he wants to be the anti. You know what I mean? It's like he wants to keep his name in the media. And that's the only way to keep his name in the media is to be divisive. You know what I mean? He can't go along with everybody else. He got to be the divisive one. He got to be the one like, look at his face. He's always like, He just always, You know what I mean? That's what's holding Dallas back. That's just the truth. Marcus, I love you, dog. I love you, dog. Spiffy, I love y'all, dog. I trust me, I don't hate on y'all. But y'all gotta feel me. Y'all on y'all's money. And when y'all get in that crabby mood, y'all they ain't feeling nothing. You know what I'm saying? I ain't hating on y'all because I got friends, but boy, that crabby attitude, I don't get it, and it just feels like he just be divisive on purpose. Yeah, I know. Exactly. Who is excited about Miles Sanders? I ain't hating on Miles Sanders, but who's excited about Miles Sanders? Who's jumping up and down saying, "Oh, we got Miles Sanders, we good"? No, ain't nobody doing that. You need some young blood in there and some doggish blood. So, you know what I mean? So, but I got to get back to work. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to just jump on here on live right quick. I appreciate everybody that jumped in. Thank you for all the crowd, the comments. We're going live again tonight at, I think, 7 when the draft starts again. It's going to be very interesting how it goes. But as I said to y'all before, look at corner, defensive tackle, and running back as the 3 positions that could be addressed if they don't add this 4th round pick in the 2nd and 3rd round. Those are what I would love for receiver, but I feel like the Luther Burden is going to be gone. I don't know if they are high on anyone else like that, and I feel like they like that room a lot. And because Stephen Jones said, we like this receiver room a lot. Once somebody says that to me, that tells me I ain't, and they said they ain't reaching for nobody. So that tells me if like a Luther Burden's gone, we ain't looking at receiver. So that's why I'm hoping, you know what I'm saying? Some of these dog running backs, what's up? What's up, Mel? My dog. That's why I'm hoping one of these running backs is available and they don't get, oh, we don't need no back. Yeah, you do. Hopefully they can get one in this fourth round. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with either one of those three positions that I mentioned. If you got a defensive tackle in the second round, I'm feeling good. If you got that doggish corner, I ain't mad at that. And if you got that running back, I'm cool. So I ain't tripping on none of it. Make sure y'all tune in tonight, 7 p.m. Draft show's going down again. All of us back in the building. We'll be talking all teams and definitely gonna be talking Cowboys. Oh yeah, Paris Campbell, right? But I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all so much. Thank you for all the support y'all continue to do for my channel. I don't go as hard with these Cowboys as like I used to, and that's going to stay true. But I still rock with my boys. I still like bringing good content. But that emotional side with the Cowboys is gone with me now. I'm more of the analytical side with the Cowboys now. I look at it from the analytical side. I don't look at it from the emotional side anymore because when I was emotional with it, I was too invested, get too frustrated, get too mad. They be all messed up, just frustrated all day because I already know what they're going to do and they still do it and it just pissed me off. Now I don't look at it that way. I look at it like more analytical. I look at it like, hey, they picked this guy. Hey, they did this. Now let me look at how this can help the team or what it can do for the team. When you take that emotional side of it and just look at love your team, but you take the emotion out of it, to me, it's so much better because then you don't get up in arms when you already know what they're going to do. You know what Stephen Jones is going to do. You know how he's going to act. So I'm not letting my emotions get into that because it's going to take me somewhere that I don't want to go when I already know what this man going to do. If I look at it from analytical and just say, hey, that's what it is. Well, hopefully this will happen. It's better for me mentally, for my sanctity of how I like my sports team in the Dallas Cowboys. That's just me. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's irritating, but you can't let it affect y'all because y'all know what Steven is. And he ain't changing. I'm gonna keep that real. I told y'all when I had Mike Fisher on there that the Joneses ain't changing and Steven definitely ain't changing. So there ain't no point now to be getting mad and frustrated over him. You gotta already know what he is. He's gonna be the anti guy. Dallas, like when I had that interview, go back and watch that interview with Mike Fisher. It happened about almost 2 months ago. We had a great interview. He said it at the end. The Joneses are not changing. The staff, the players are going to have to rise above it. So remember, we used to always talk about playing perfect football that you got to play because of the front office. That's what it has to be. The players, that's why I said the room, the coach, the room has to be strong and united and tight. Because if that is all together, that maybe can rise above what you're dealing with them because you ain't getting the help that you really want to be super competitive with these other teams. Got talent, but you can add, but they ain't. So that locker room got to be strong. That coaching got to be strong because, in my opinion, that's the only way it's rising above it to me. Appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Hey, what's up, Boo Thing? Mwah, love you. Shout out to everybody in the building, and we'll be talking to you later tonight on the show, draft show. Let's get it, man. Big Game James. I'm out. You know how we doing these streets.